Started from the bottom, all I had was a dream. Always been alone, never really had a team. Cause the loyalty is suspect, nothing's what it seems. As I'm counting all this money, thinking how to make it clean. Never been broke, see I always had a job. And before I learned to hustle, I was taught how to rob. Nice with the hands, but I'm iller with the shot. Battling depression cause it's lonely at the top. Drinking all this Henny just to try and ease the pain. Though I never had regrets, there's some things that I wouldn't do the same. I would never change for some change, and I never let the sneak distance take me out my game. I'm a grown man. Unless it's for my kids, I don't hold hands. Cause they hate it when you focused on your own plans. So I gamble with my money, I don't gamble with my life in the street. Cause you only get one chance. Grab a bottle of that Henny and I mix it with some Red Bull. Got a couple pills that I'm popping for the pain.
What's going on? My name is Marcus Whitley, and yes, this is good behavior. Now, in this episode, I want to talk about self-awareness. I feel like this is important for a number of reasons, but even more so now in this generation because of technology and a shorter attention span. Now, it's scary every time that I open up social media and see posts about kids who are missing. Like, I always think the worst. And every time I see something like that, it just makes me think of my kids. I can't imagine that type of pain. And it hits me hard seeing faces of kids that I know from working in the school system. Young kids, not knowing if they ran or if something happened to them. Like, that bothers me. And knowing that some of them don't have the best home situations and some of them don't surround themselves with the right people. Now, we all know, like, you can't tell kids who to hang around with because they're not going to listen to you. And if anything, that's going to make them want to hang around them even more. Because, I mean, everybody knows from being a kid themselves, if you tell them no, they're going to want to try to do it anyway. I mean, but as hard as that is, it's not going to stop me from trying. But one thing that I have learned is you can't just tell them. And something that I always preach is you can't talk at somebody. You have to show them and help them understand why they shouldn't surround themselves with these people. And sometimes even that's not guaranteed. They have to see for themselves. So in that case, I just try to teach them signs to look out for. Like, you always got to trust your gut. If you get a feeling that something don't sit right with you, act on it. Don't put yourself in a situation that you don't feel comfortable in because you feel like you owe someone. Because the truth is you don't. The only person you owe is yourself. I mean, unless you have kids, then obviously you owe them too. But if anybody peer pressures you to do something that you don't want to do or do something that you don't feel is right, then you need to remove them from your life because they don't belong in it. On top of that, being in the streets, you're constantly looking over your shoulder. It's like a full-time job with no breaks and no days off. It's not safe out there. Like, having to look out for people that you got problems with. You got to look out for people that you don't even know. You got to look out for people who you think are your friends. And of course, you got to look out for the cops. So it's like, pretty much you got to look out for everybody. That's stressful and exhausting. Like, why would you ever want to live like that? I mean, you'll be paranoid all the time, not knowing if something's gonna happen at any moment. And if something does happen, what if you're out with your family and something happens to them on accident? I mean, would you be okay with that? Because I know I wouldn't. I mean, you got to think about what's most important to you in life. And risking my life or my family's ain't it. I mean, I was glad that I was able to get myself out of that situation and that lifestyle before it was too late. But self-awareness wasn't something that I always had. When I was younger, I was arrogant and I thought I was the man, which I know a lot of people feel that way. I mean, almost every kid in this newer generation feels that way. Sure, I'm sure in every generation. But for me, self-awareness developed when I was in prison. And it still wasn't something that I was like, okay, I gotta learn this. It it didn't happen that way. It happened unintentionally from anxiety and being paranoid. Like I would sit back and watch everything and everybody around me trying to help me understand what I was dealing with. Now, my self-awareness was triggered by survival mode. And that's where the paranoia came into play. See, the only thing with that is there is no on or off switch. Like it's on 1,000 all the time. And there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I guess there's pros and cons to everything, really, depending on how you look at it. But when it comes to paranoia, I've learned, well, I haven't learned any ways to manage it. So that's become another struggle. The only thing that I have learned is the only way that I hear about people dealing with it is medication. But really, who wants to be drugged up all the time? Because I know I don't. So I'm constantly looking for other ways to be able to manage it. Because, I mean, even medication is not always guaranteed. And it's got so many other side effects, I feel like it's not worth it. So, but one thing I can say is I definitely don't recommend getting traumatized to become more self-aware. That's not something I would have gone out and did. It happened that way. But see, what I do, especially with my kids and stuff, is I like to play little games like I Spy, or I'll have them find things for me, or tell me something that they noticed about somebody walking by. Like trying to keep their mind and their eyes focused and sharp. So that way they can always be aware of their surroundings and not spaced out or stuck on their phones all the time like this generation is. Like you need to know what's going on at all times. And if you're inside, you need to know where every exit is at all times. Like your safety is the number one priority. Nothing comes above that. But anyways, I hope this episode was able to make you think about how well you know your surroundings and if you need to make some changes to build up your self-awareness. Now, my name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. So until the next episode. For more episodes and info, you can find me on all social media at I am Marcus Whitley, and find any of my books, Both Sides of the Street, Choices and Consequences, Greatness Under Pressure, and Battling Demons, all on Amazon. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.